The US Supreme Court could be about to overturn the nationwide legal...
They want it or not. It is the 3rd of May 2022, and there is a warning sign
across the country since news that the Supreme Court seems to be on the verge of overturning Roe v. Wade.
But 39% thought it should be illegal in most or all cases.
They are not going to get away with it. And I don't care what I have to do, but they're not
being pro-life, and I'm just here as an observer to see.
Hi and a very good morning to everyone. Today, I am Mohammad as moderator for today's discussion. I am here with Professor Zakri and Dr. Faiz to discuss about an important issues, which is abortion issues and should be legalized in Malaysia. As we all know, the abortion debate is the ongoing controversy surrounding the moral, legal, and regular status of introduced abortion. Without wasting any time, I would like to ask a few questions to our invited panel here. My first question to Dr. Faiz is, do you agree that abortion should be legalized in Malaysia?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Iqbal. Abortion is now prohibited in Malaysia as defined by the local penal codes, with the exception that it may be performed if a doctor certifies that giving birth would endanger the mother's health and perhaps her life. Abortion has evolved since humans first became familiar with the act of sexual intercourse, whether by medieval ways or new era, medically and legally recognized means of eliminating an unwanted child who has been conceived for whatever cause. In my opinion, if abortion is legalized, it may instill in people the belief that they are not responsible for their actions. Young people will have the incorrect idea that it is not a big issue to have sexual intercourse with others without fear of consequences, because they could have just had an abortion if they become pregnant by accident. Their way of life will be entirely messed up sooner or later. They will no longer prioritize self-defense, and their chance of contracting disease transmitted through sexual activity will undoubtedly grow. By that time, society will be filled of unhealthy mindsets, and the rate of abortion will be on the rise in an unforeseen way. I think that all my answer for your question, Iqbal.
Thank you for the clear and good explanation, Dr. Faiz. I have another question regarding these issues. I would like to ask my question to Professor Zakri. I hope that Prof. Zakri would give the answer my question. My question is, does abortion consider a murder?
Thank you, Iqbal. It is such an interesting question. From my standpoint, abortion could be considered a kind of murder because the parents who carry out the act have decided to deny a fetus that have an opportunity to continue growing until it is born as a baby. It is not fair for the baby's life because their fate was not in their hands. Even if the unborn were discovered to be ill and more difficult to live than other children, they were at least given a chance to grow up. Life is full of miracles. As long as people are ready to try, abortion for a fetus under 120 days of gestation is allowed under Sharia law if the mother's life is endangered or the fetus is malformed. Access to the child service remains limited as a result of this restriction, and voluntary abortion remains illegal even if the pregnancy was caused by rape or incest. It is not always enough to justify terminating the pregnancy because the mother's life is not in danger. I think that's all my answer for your question, Iqbal. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer, Prof. Zakri. I am fascinated by the explanation from the answer that has been given by Dr. Faiz and Prof. Zakri. At the last of our discussion, I would like to ask Dr. Faiz to make a conclusion for our discussions.
I will make a short conclusion for these discussions. The conclusion is I would say that abortion should not to be legalized, but may be regarded legal at some circumstances.
Thank you for the short conclusion, Dr. Faiz. I think that's all for our discussion today. Thank you.